This is the Ryder and Lisa replay.
Brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free.
Have you ever met someone that you would describe as extremely nasty? Imagine being called that.
Extremely nasty?
Extremely nasty. That's what a restaurant owner has described James Corden as recently.
You know what? I really like what the restaurant owner has decided to do about it as well. I love when owners of businesses protect their staff.
Yes. So James Corden has been banned from a New York City restaurant.
Yes.
After the owner, Keith McNally, accused him of being extremely nasty to his staff on multiple occasions. He was quoted saying, "He was the most abusive customer to my servers since our restaurant opened 25 years ago."
What makes James Corden think he's such a big deal, other than he's been cast in every movie
and musical
over the last 4 years?
I don't know. He's got this main character energy. Like he thinks the world revolves around him.
But he's kind of tries to play the part of being like the everyday guy.
The sweetheart.
Yeah.
Because I've never seen him be nasty.
Right.
I've never seen even an inkling of meanness.
I just can't imagine.
So he's fake then, right?
Thinking you're a big enough deal that you can mistreat serving staff who are literally serving you. Like what?
They're just trying to do their best. You think they want to be there serving you? No, they don't.
I would very rarely tee off on a stranger, but if I saw somebody mistreating service industry workers, I would have no qualms on telling them to pipe down.
Yeah, I get my blood starts to boil when I see someone openly mistreating someone, even if it's anyone behind a counter that's just trying to work and they're doing their best. And the funniest part is when the person complaining turns around to the rest of us as if we should all agree with them. Like, can you believe this? They have that kind of look.
Ugh. Yeah,
and
James Corden, I could see him having that kind of look.
Yeah, so now there is an update. Apparently, James Corden has called and apologized, but only because this story's gone viral.
Yeah.
It's a selfish reason. He would have never apologized otherwise, especially if he's been abusive in the past. And we've heard of this several times. There's a bunch of stories about James Corden that have gone viral of him being mean.
I read a pretty wild one I wanted to share here. Half an hour into a flight from New York to London, passengers in business class noticed a woman with a crying baby being brought through the curtains by a flight attendant. They looked on in mid-horror as they saw the attendant direct her into an empty seat next to James Corden. Expecting a huge celebrity hissy fit, Corden's cabin mates were impressed to see that he didn't say a word or make any sort of complaint. He simply put on a pair of headphones, pulled an eye mask on, and tried to get some peace and quiet.
Oh, that's great.
Well, when the plane landed, passengers were surprised to see Corden remain seated as the woman with the baby struggled to open the overhead locker. And even more surprised when she turned to Corden and said, "For F's sake, can you at least hold the baby while I get the bags down?" The woman was his wife. The baby was his baby. How about that for a twist of events? When she was sat beside him, he just put his headphones on with the crying baby.
I don't like him, and I don't want to assume things, but there's too many receipts at this point.
Yeah, where there's smoke, there's fire.
The owner of this restaurant, it seems like kind of a pushover now, though, because they've accepted the apology.
And he's welcome back.
He's welcome back, but how mad are all of his staff members?
No, I don't like that.
I don't like it at all.
Have you ever walked out of a movie?
There's a movie that's not out here in Canada yet, but it's making a lot of noise in the States because people are throwing up. There had to be an ambulance called because somebody passed out.
From how scary it is.
And it's an indie horror film. I looked up the director on Twitter, not even a verified account, only has 7,000 followers. He did all of the makeup himself. He did all the editing. He wrote it. He directed it. Absolutely incredible.
It feels like it's getting similar hype to Blair Witch. Remember just the hype train that was behind that movie?
Yeah, and they did a brilliant job. But the thing is, this guy is not it's not a marketing ploy.
He's not taking credit for like the stories of people passing out and stuff. He's saying like, no, this is a legit thing that's happening in these theaters.
And it is coming to Canada. They just announced to keep looking at the website for updates. So the movie is called Terrifier 2.
And it sounds pretty scary.
So, did you figure out what you're dressing up as tomorrow?
He wants to dress up as a real guy who murdered 9 people last year.
Oh, you're not doing that.
It's just a costume.
My gosh, I would never let my child do that.
What's up with you and this clown all of a sudden? You're like obsessed. They never found his body. What if he decides to come back here?
It's got the sounds.
Oh, it really does.
And you know what? Kid actors are great in horror films.
Well, and if it's about a scary clown, like I'm already so scared.
Speaking of surprises, kids, we have a very special guest with us today, all the way from Miles County. Please welcome Art the Clown.
Like, I want to go to this.
Oh, man.
At this point, it's a 10-hour drive.
Yeah, it's not here yet.
Is the closest theater that is showing it, but it is coming to Canada.
It's very, very gory.
Mm-hmm.
I actually saw a couple clips. If you actually look up Terrifier 2, the hashtag on Twitter, that's where you're going to see all of the reviews of people like posting. There's one picture of a kid or a teenager in the actual lobby of a movie theater with paramedics.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And then there's another tweet about, I just heard someone throwing up in the bathroom. It's so gory. I saw one scene in particular where a girl's like eye gets gouged out.
Do you think that there's a chance that like weed is making an appearance as well? Like I was at a show once where there was an artist doing like a album premiere and a kid passed out because they greened out from smoking too much ganja.
I mean, there could be some circumstances of that, but
right, like where you're like, you know what we should do? We should smoke a fatty and then go to this scary, scary movie. And then the heart rate gets going and I don't know.
I would love to see you try and sit through this movie. I don't know if you would be able to do it.
I watched the trailer. I was interested.
So what movie have you walked out of? For me personally, it was Hills Have Eyes 2.
Just too scary for you?
It wasn't scary. It was disgusting.
Oh.
I was so disturbed by it. And the funny thing is, I saw Hills Have Eyes, the original.
And loved it.
No, I really didn't.
I remember a movie that it was like the entire thing took place in a phone booth. Do you remember hearing about this? I think it was called Phone Booth.
Colin Farrell?
Yes. And I feel like I may have walked out of that one because I was just bored of this phone booth.
I feel like there's multiple Colin Farrell movies that people have walked out of. There's that one that you just mentioned. And do you remember the movie The Lobster?
No, I don't think I do.
Snorefest.
Yeah.
Colin Farrell.
Yeah, it is called Phone Booth.
Of course it is.
Yeah. Overheard a coworker talking to their husband on the phone while getting a coffee. Your coffee machine takes like 7 minutes to brew sometimes.
And it's also really loud, so you can't hear when someone's coming up behind you.
Correct. And
it's a recipe for disaster, right?
100%. I overheard her call him Chunky Bunny as she was saying goodbye to him.
I love that.
You do?
I think it's cute.
I thought it was the worst nickname I would. If somebody called me Chunky Bunny in a loving way,
it's endearing.
That would be it.
I like cheesy nicknames for partners. Nobody else is calling them that. It's very intimate.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's funny, it could have a hilarious background story.
See, I'm here for that. But there are some tacky nicknames out there. We want to hear from you at 780-784-7107.
Yeah, I feel like we need to reward or give an award to the worst.
Yeah, whoever's got the cheesiest nickname for their partner.
Yeah. Colton wrote in saying, I call my girlfriend Wormy. She moves around a lot, never sits still, and it bugs me.
That's cute. We've got Lexi on the phone. You have a nickname that your man calls you. You're not sure what you think about it, though. What's going on?
Yeah, he calls me his princess, and it's like, when he says it, it's cringy, but I secretly like it.
I think that's probably pretty common for these nicknames, is that you're not sure you love it, but you kind of like it.
Secretly, yeah. I'm not going to tell him that, but...
When he's saying it to you, Lexi, is he saying it in like a... You're such a princess. Or is he saying it genuinely like he wants to kiss your feet?
No, it's like when he's doing something for me and he's like, yes, my princess.
Okay, that is so cute. I love that. Thank you so much for the call, Lexi. Have a great day.
Yeah, thank you guys. You too.
Thanks.
Do you think when they get married, it'll change it to Queen?
It must.
Yeah, right?
Way she goes. I'm just trying to think back. For me, I'm like, none. No nicknames.
That's sad.
I know.
Greasa Swevens.
Okay.
Didn't people used to call you that because you sweat a lot?
Ryder,
What?
that was a work nickname, and it was mean.
Oh, I thought it was a nickname that like a boyfriend called you.
No, people called me that because when I would bartend, I'd get really hot under my hair. Thanks for bringing it up.
Sorry.
What about you? Have you ever had any cute nicknames? Don't try and think of something. I can already tell by the look on your face.
What?
You're going to make up a nickname that a partner had for you that makes you sound way more masculine than you are. Did I just nail that?
Well, if you think the nickname Abs Man.
Okay, Tips just wrote in saying my ex called me Poopy because I was always gassy. See, Poopy is not...
No, you want something that's like
It's not
endearing or sexy even.
Or sexy, yeah. So we had one listener that would always write in about their partner and they called them love cups, which I thought was pretty cute.
Sure. Joanne said her husband started calling her butter kisses because he said that she gives really soft kisses, but since it's just turned into butter, which confuses people.
Butter is a cute nickname.
And Donna says, my husband calls me Muffin all the time. One time he tried to take it to the next level and called me Muffin Top while trying to be cute. He won't be making that mistake again.
Andy says, good morning. My wife calls me Yogi Bear. I call her Boo Boo Bear. Not sure if the bear that eats everyone's picnic baskets is the cutest thing, but I'm okay with it because I do always finish every meal that's on the table. That's adorable. So yeah, we're asking you, what is your lame, cheesy, but adorable and endearing nickname for your partner, your spouse, whatever?
Becky says, my husband calls me Fuzzy. I didn't realize that it's because he's promoting the idea of body hair.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of body hair, I don't know if this one has anything to do with it, but Cheryl just wrote in saying, took years for my husband to come up with a name for me. He calls me Sugar Bush. I love it.
My husband started calling me Pooh when we first started going out. I was Janie Pooh, and it got shortened down, of course, to Pooh. And I called his office one day and got put on hold. And another guy, he went to answer the hold line but picked up the wrong one, and he was like, "Hey, Pooh." And the guy was like, did you just call me Pooh? Like poo-poo?
Does he work in a pretty serious industry, or did he get away with that one?
He got away with it. It was and it was one of his friend coworkers.
Okay,
good. But he probably still calls him Pooh to this day.
Yeah, probably does, hey?
At that age where I'm not understanding trends anymore.
I know. It's TikTok. Because it's a sound clip that starts to go viral now instead of an actual video itself. And that's exactly the case with this whole Emma Darcy sound clip of their favorite drink.
They were chatting, just answering like listener questions or viewer questions.
Yes, with Olivia Cook. So those are the two actors from House of Dragon. Mm-hmm. The House of Dragon?
House of Dragons.
I always get it wrong. They're a big deal right now. Everybody's talking about them. They sat down together. They're going back and forth. And Emma Darcy talks about their favorite alcoholic beverage. And this is what they say.
What's your drink of choice?
A Negroni.
I was going to say the same thing.
Spagliato. With Prosecco in it.
Oh, stunning.
Yeah.
There's just something so hot about the way that they say it. Spagliato. Wait, how's it start? A Negroni. Spagliato. With Prosecco in it.
See,
did I just nail that?
Yeah, that was really good.
Ooh, stunning. Ooh, stunning. So that clip has gone viral.
Yeah, why?
And now the drink itself is what everybody is wanting to try. Apparently, it's actually quite disgusting the more I'm hearing about it. But it's also getting very frustrating to a lot of bartenders because I don't know if that's how it's actually pronounced. So people are going into pubs and they're ordering it the way that Emma Darcy does. I'll get a Negroni Spagliato with Prosecco in it. I think a Negroni already has Prosecco in it. So when you're ordering it, you kind of sound silly.
Okay, speaking of silly, is anybody else on my team here and just doesn't understand what is trend-worthy about this?
Well, listen to it again. It is so, like Olivia Cook says, stunning.
A Negroni.
I was going to say the same thing.
Spagliato. With Prosecco in it.
Oh, stunning.
Yeah.
It is stunning. I don't care if it's disgusting. Give me 6 of them.
5 simple words, $1,000. It's Ryder and Lisa's 1K wordplay.
Yeah, I had a bad game yesterday,
Yeah,
okay?
you really did.
You think I'll get chosen again?
Maybe. I mean, maybe today is a better day. We'll see. We got Cassie on the line, caller 7. First time getting through, but you've tried in the past, correct?
Yeah, a couple times.
Okay.
No luck.
Beginner's luck.
You got it now, yeah.
Who's your teammate today, Cass?
Well, I was a little scared from yesterday's playing.
Yeah, I'll head out.
Hey.
I'll head out. I'm leaving. Is that what we're going with?
I think we're going to go with Lisa today.
Yeah. Goodbye.
No, she's so pumped. I had one off game. Okay, here's how it works. So now that Lisa's gone, that's your teammate. I'm going to give you 5 words, Cassie. You hit me up with the first word that comes to mind for each. We'll invite Lisa back in. She hasn't heard any of this. I'll give her the same 5 words for everyone that matches. It's $25 if you get all 5. It is $1,000.
Okay.
Word 1, mascara.
Eyelashes.
Word 2 is pool.
Swimming.
Word 3 is whisper.
Quiet.
Good answers so far, Cass. 4th word is arena.
Arena. Hockey.
And 5th word is chocolate.
Bar.
All right, let's get Lisa back in and see how we do. I think you did really good, Cass.
So.
There's a really pretty sunrise right now, if anyone's wondering. I looked. Okay, I'm ready.
Word number 1. Let's start with one I think you're going to get for sure. Pool.
Oh, well, I'm thinking of 2 words. Uh-oh. That's not a good start. Swim.
Yes. She said swimming, but we'll count it.
Okay, $25.
What was the other word you were thinking of?
Water.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad I went with swim. Okay.
Next word. Whisper. Whisper.
Secret. No! What was it? What was it?
Quiet.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one, Cassie. Okay, we're not winning $1,000, but let's keep going because we got $25. Let's make it 50.
Sounds good.
Arena.
Hockey.
That is correct. $50. Mascara.
Makeup. Eyes.
Eyelashes.
No, okay, I wouldn't have gotten it.
And for $75, chocolate.
Bar.
That is correct.
Okay.
Decent game.
That's not bad. You did better than yesterday.
Here's another terrifying episode of Terror Tales.
Okay, am I going to be scared?
Yes.
Whoa! Okay, that was so good.
Thanks. Been practicing in my room by myself.
That's not weird at all. That's what Heath Ledger did, hey, when he was preparing for the Joker.
Oh, really?
He was in his, I don't know if it was an apartment or whatever, but people said they could hear him practicing his
imagine
laugh.
being his neighbor.
It's terrifying.
Today is submission from Emily. If you have a scary story, an encounter with the paranormal or just somebody who's really scary, maybe an animal.
I like unexplainable stories.
Sure. You can email Ryder at play107.com. We do one of these a day right up leading to Halloween.
I will say we've missed a couple. Sorry.
Days?
We get busy.
Yeah, that's fair.
But we'll be better leading up into Halloween.
From Emily. A few summers ago, I went for a bike ride with my best friend. It was pretty late, like 11 p.m. or so. After we went our separate ways at the end of the night, I had about 2 blocks to ride back to my house by myself.
This is where bad things happen. It's always when you're just 2 blocks away from your own door.
Because of construction, I had to ride on the sidewalk. but the streets were dead, so it wasn't a problem until right when I was about to turn left onto my street. There was a man walking by himself, likely in his 40s.
No.
I couldn't go on the street because of construction, and the sidewalk was pretty narrow. I didn't want to freak him out, so when I got about 6 feet behind him, I said, "Hey, excuse me, I'm behind you." He turned around and gave me this super angry death stare and kind of growled at me.
What?
I turned down the street and he started sprinting after me.
No!
Luckily, I was on a bike, so I was faster than him because he was screaming about how I was an expletive, and he was going to kill me. I live right off the corner, and I didn't want him to see where I lived. Smart move. So I decided to
Where do you go?
another loop around the block.
Oh my gosh, this is stressing me out.
And that's not the scary part. She continues. The scariest part is that when I loop back around and look down my street, I saw him standing on my front step staring out at the street like the loser knew where I lived and was waiting for me.
What?
He saw me ride by again, but he didn't say anything this time. He just stared. I ended up going back to my friends and staying there for the night. My mom made me sell my bike so he wouldn't recognize it when it was parked anywhere. I'm still scared that I'll see him again some night.
Well, I didn't like that. I didn't enjoy this episode one bit.
Hot hashtags.
Okay, Shania Twain is trending. Get this. She just posted on her social media that she's going to be joining the cast of Beauty and the Beast 30th to play Mrs. Potts on ABC. It's going to be airing on December 15th. How cool is that?
That don't impress me much.
Okay. What else is trending?
Well, it's actually quite interesting. So, Knuckle posted yesterday, you can only choose 3.
Am I supposed to know who that is?
They're like a Canadiana Twitter account.
Oh, okay.
You can only choose 3. Which of these Canadian candy bars are you keeping? And then it just showed all the Canadian chocolate bars. And Coffee Crisp was trending because it got answered so many times. And Big Turk did as well.
I didn't know Big Turk was Canadian.
Yeah, and delicious.
So good.
Underrated.
I like to suck the chocolate off so it just turns into a gummy. Does anyone else eat it like that, or are you a psycho and you bite it?
I bet you could go viral just by doing that.
I'd prefer to not.
A video? Yeah, okay.
No thanks. Okay, also trending, this whole new Jason Sudeikis, Olivia Wilde, Harry Styles story. Saladgate. Are you ready for it?
I have no idea what's going on. Break it down.
Okay, so their ex-nanny has taken to the press and she's leaking information and text messages because they were so toxic to her, and so she quit. So now she's getting paid the big bucks to tell everyone what actually happened. Jason allegedly threw himself under Olivia Wilde's car to prevent her from leaving to go see Harry Styles.
I get it.
And he said in the text to the nanny, like, she just left. She made her salad and her dressing and she left. So now everyone's wondering what this magical salad is that won Harry Styles over when she went over to see him.
Yeah, one that Jason Sudeikis was willing to throw himself under a vehicle for.
I know, like that was the last straw for him. He's like, you're not taking that homemade salad recipe.
Wow.
I just know deep down in my heart that it has tahini in it. I just know.
I would love a good salad.
It's got some sesame oil of some sort, and I need to know it. Send the recipe, Olivia. We need it.
And those are your hot hashtags for October 18th. Good morning.
The Ryder and Lisa replay.
Brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free.
Play 107.